Rocco, that was quite a different outing for Joe Ryan. As good as he's been, that is a very good hitting baseball team.
Yep. They were all over the fastball to start the game, and that's not typical for any sort of Joe Ryan start because he has a fastball that normally he can work with and move around the zone, and at least for the first couple times through, confuse some of the hitters as far as what it was doing. But that wasn't the case today. They came out swinging. They came out, apparently looking out there with a plan. And it wasn't a smooth start through and through, and just getting 3 innings out of Joe today was that was certainly all that we were going to get out of him, and we weren't going to leave him out there any longer.
Even with all the home runs, though, throughout this game, you guys weren't too far off from climbing back into this one, but a lot of runners left on base. How frustrating was that to see?
Yeah, I mean, we got to wake up with people on base and get it done. I mean, we had the base runners. We had some at bats that had some quality to them. We hit a few balls. We were right in place for a double or a homer and a swing. It's really in a big way the difference in the game. Their swings on the other side of the field, they were impactful today, and they hit the ball over the fence, and that normally does a lot for you to lead you to a win. And we got the base runners on. We just didn't have that pop of getting a hold of one at the right time.
Why do you think that disconnect is there? You guys clearly can put those good bats together, get yourself in that situation, but just aren't driving runners in key spots, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, as a whole this year, I've actually swung the bat fine with runners on. I know there's different ways to chop that up. I don't have any numbers in front of me to look at, but as a whole, the at bats they've been fine. I wouldn't call them extraordinary with runners on base, but I think we've done an okay job of that. There have been times where we've needed to just put the ball in play with runners on base, and that's been kind of more of the meaningful discussion than anything else. But today, like I said, I mean, I'll go right back to it. I mean, the difference in the game is, when they got a guy on, they pop one over the fence, and we had plenty of opportunities to do that. I'm not talking one opportunity, one at bat or 2 at bats. We had a whole bunch of at bats to get the job done. Why that is, this is a question you could ask any team at any point when they're not swinging the bats the way they want. You can always try to put it into words as to why with runners on base today we're not able to get it done. And I always revert back to the simple truths of our game, and see the ball, get a good pitch to hit. You're not trying to go deep. When you go deep, the vast majority of the time, try to hit a rocket somewhere, low line drive, and I think that's a good place to always start.
Coming in with Joe in terms of highest pitch count last start, and then looked like his velo was fine?
Yeah. I think that was it was a very simple, straightforward question that I asked. No one, everyone said Joe looks great, and his stuff was fine today. There was nothing wrong with the stuff. They were hunting fastballs from the very first pitch of the game. And they put good swings on him, and that was really it. Yes, there was one off-speed pitch maybe to Harris. Is that what he hit? But as a whole, you can't look back on it and say you knew that. We all knew this, because if we knew this, we wouldn't be talking about it, and it wouldn't have played out the way that it did. But they were hunting fastballs, and we probably needed to mix our stuff up a little more against some of these guys, because they were swinging at the middle to top of the zone very comfortably the whole game, and we needed to give them probably some other things to think about. But you live and learn on that, and we can react accordingly going forward.